Hey guys, welcome back to another one. In today's video, we're going to be talking about emotional maturity. What can we look for in a partner that is emotionally mature? But before I get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button below if you haven't yet, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like it. So emotional maturity. Emotional maturity is something that we want to look for in a partner. These are signs that someone knows how to handle complex emotions that are associated with the relationship. When someone is emotionally mature, they're really well connected to their feelings and they're able to really connect well to your feelings too. Having high levels of emotional maturity is so important for strong emotional connections between partners. So what are some signs that we can look for in the person that we're dating that indicates that they're emotionally mature? I'm going to talk about 9 signs here in this video. Let's jump into the list. Number 1, they're able to identify and take ownership when they are wrong. In other words, they have the ability to apologize. They don't play the blame game. They don't shift blame to anyone else or any external circumstances, which can be really hard to do. It's a lot easier to deny responsibility when we're wrong and not take ownership of those things. When we're able to take ownership when we're wrong, that is a really good sign of emotional maturity, because taking ownership does involve a lot of shame sometimes and guilt. And those can be hard emotions to handle. So a lot of people like to avoid those. So they'll blame things on external circumstances or other people. Being able to acknowledge when you're wrong takes a lot of humility, and it also takes a lot of courage. So if your partner is able to take ownership and accountability when they make mistakes, that is a good sign of emotional maturity. Number 2 is that they have something called a theory of mind. And I talked about this concept a little bit in one of the videos that I did on narcissists, because a hallmark of narcissists or narcissism is that people that are narcissistic, they lack a theory of mind. And a theory of mind is something that is ingrained into us when we are pretty young. During normal emotional development of a child, they learn theory of mind from their caregivers, and this carries over into adulthood. And what a theory of mind is an ability to be able to know why people are the way they are, why they act the way they act, why they believe what they believe, and why they do what they do. It requires a lot of empathy to be able to have a theory of mind and realize that people can think differently than us, and that's okay. Knowing that people have different viewpoints and that's okay constitutes a theory of mind, and this is something that is very present in people that are emotionally mature. Number 3, someone who is emotionally mature is able to think flexibly, meaning that they don't tend to think of things in terms of black and white or all or nothing. They're not rigid. They're able to find that middle ground. Black and white thinking is actually cognitive distortion that I've discussed in several other of my videos. And it's a distortion because very rarely in life are things black or white. There's a lot of middle ground. There's a lot of gray areas in life. Very rarely is something all or nothing. And emotionally mature people are able to see this. They're able to look at situations and know that not everything fits into a nice little box that's at one extreme or the other. This is really important to have in healthy relationships, because it's really hard to have good communication and resolve conflicts when we're thinking in extremes. Number 4, they're responsible and they're not flaky, meaning that they do the things that they say they're going to do. They don't flake out on you. In fact, they don't flake out on a lot of areas of their life. They pay their bills, they manage their finances, they take care of their home, and they realize that they have a responsibility to you in the relationship. You don't ever find yourself asking where you stand with this person. You know where you stand. They make it very clear to you. They show up when they say they're going to, and they're there for you. We want to make sure that we're looking at people's actions and not just what they say. Words are cheap. People can say anything they want to say. It does not take a lot of effort. What takes effort is actions. So when your partner shows up when they say they're going to show up, or they do what they say that they're going to do, that is a good sign of emotional maturity in relationships. Number 5, they set goals. I talked about in my dating green flags video, which I'll link below if you want to check that one out too, because that's a good video to watch with this video, that a good sign of someone is their ability to not only set goals but also see them through. And really why this is a good thing, why setting goals is so important, is because it really does show someone's ability to make commitments. We want to know that our partner is going to be able to commit to us. And one of the ways that we can get insight is to see how they commit to other areas of their life, and goal setting is a really good way to determine this. Some good telltale signs on if someone's able to be serious about commitment is how long have they been at their job? Are they frequently jumping from job to job, only staying at certain jobs for small amounts of time, or have they been there for a long time? Like, are they committed to their place of work? This shows that they have the ability to show up every day and perform the task. Do they have a degree? What is their level of education? Have they been able to fulfill education-related goals? They have other long-term relationships in their life, such as friends, and are they close with their family? That shows that someone can show up and make commitments. Number 6 is that they strive for personal growth. I really do believe that as people, we are never done growing. There's always things out there that we can be learning, that we can be pursuing, that we can be trying, that we can be doing. Comfort zones are not a good place to exist. There isn't much growth that comes from being in a comfort zone. How do they handle change? Some people, and it's very, very normal for people to fear change. Change can be very scary. I think it is for most people, at least a little bit. Are they able to? This will also allow you to be able to have new experiences as a couple and try new things together when someone is open-minded and they strive for personal growth and development by trying to take in all of these new experiences. Number 7 is that they're able to ask for help. I think our society really does pride independence almost too much because they make it seem like a weak thing when you need to ask for help. In reality, it is an okay thing to ask for help. And sometimes when we are, too prideful and we don't ask for help, it's actually the wrong decision to make. It's actually going to set us back. Very rarely is someone going to go through life and not have something happen that doesn't require or wouldn't benefit from the help of someone else. Again, this shows a sense of open-mindedness when someone's able to ask for other viewpoints or opinions, realizing that other people might have other insights. Nobody knows everything. And sometimes it is essential to be able to ask the opinions and viewpoints of other people, and it's a really good sign of emotional maturity. And in relationships, this is a really good thing because being able to ask for a different viewpoint or ask for help of your partner creates a really strong sense of connection. It creates that sense that you don't have to do it alone. Number 7 is emotionally mature people are non-judgmental. Again, they have that theory of mind where they can understand that people have different viewpoints and then they choose to not judge those. See, the variety can really make the world a really beautiful place, and not everyone is the same and not everyone thinks the same way. And I should also note that being non-judgmental applies to judging themselves and other people. It's both. The problem with judgment is that when you determine either someone is bad or that you're bad, you're going to look for evidence to support that. That's something that we psychologically naturally do. It's called a confirmation bias. And even if this person does something good, you won't even register on the radar. We're too busy looking for the bad to support our opinion. Being a judgmental person is absolutely a sign of emotional immaturity. One of the most telltale signs, in my opinion, is a judgmental person. And we all do judge a little bit. Emotionally mature people are able to catch it though and kind of nip it in the bud. Oh, I see myself making a judgment. Okay, well, what evidence do I really have to support this? Like, what gives me the right to judge this about somebody else? Number 8, emotionally mature people have a calm demeanor. Now, this doesn't mean that they need to be calm 24/7. It doesn't mean that they can have an outgoing or extroverted personality. By calm demeanor, I'm talking more in the way of them not being angry and aggressive. Emotionally immature people kind of default to anger anytime that they get upset or things don't go their way. And this is often a learned behavior, meaning that they probably saw their parents or their caregivers act in this way in their own home. So then they believe it's an appropriate response to get angry all the time anytime something doesn't go our way. And while emotionally mature people might feel frustrated when things don't go their way or things don't go according to plan, they approach it in a calm and rational way. They use something called the wise mind approach, and anyone that has ever done any dialectical behavioral therapy or DBT training might know what that term means. But in case you haven't, a wise mind is our ability to consider both our logical mind and our emotional mind. We can kind of think about it as walking down the middle path of those two things. So we're not attributing everything to how we feel, and then we're not attributing all of our choices to everything that is logical. We're drawing from both camps to be able to approach things in a very open-minded way. When you're with someone that is able to kind of walk that middle path when it comes to communication, it's a really, really good thing. When you approach things in a calm way, you're not going to disrespect your partner. You're not going to make them feel bad. You're not going to let your emotions take over and get angry. You're not going to think 100% logically and then devalidate the emotions of yourself and the other person. You're going to find that nice, calm, and centered middle ground. Number 9 is that they are not selfish. meaning that they think about you, they think about your wants and your needs, they think about how their actions affect you. They want to know about you. They want to know about how your day went. They are not just always talking about themselves constantly. They realize that you're your own separate entity, and they want to get to know that. They want to take care of that. They're not all about just getting their own needs met. And guys, having a non-selfish partner is so important in healthy relationships, because we need to have our emotional needs, our physical needs, all of the needs met just as much as the other person does. Not being selfish provides balance to a relationship, so it's not just about one person and one person solely. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Again, if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.